They say you shouldn't have two project cars at the same time. And while the skyline behind me is impatiently waiting and the Subaru above me, and me, myself and I on a lot of wrong internet pages where I could maybe impulsively buy the third or fourth project car, I should go back to what I'm supposed to do, repairing the ones I have. And in this episode, it's all about the STI. In the last episodes, we cut out rust and rot and debris. We fabricated some panels. In this episode, we're gonna start welding them in. So stop talking, start doing, let's go.
Every 30 mil or so, which is roughly 1 1/5 of an inch, we use the center punch to make it a little bit easier for the drill. On the 2mm sheet panel, we're gonna use 6 mil drill bits and hopefully a working center punch, which works most of the time, mostly.
The sheet metal punch, a magnificent tool, in theory, but unfortunately it has a problem. It's designed for delicate work, and this sheet, this is 2mm industrial grade galvanized steel, which means the punch just gives up. It essentially refuses to cooperate. So here I am at the good old drill press, one hole every 30mm. A process so exhilarating I could probably file my taxes in the meantime. But if you want it to last, and with an STI you really do, there's no shortcut, patience, precision, and the desperate hope that the drill bit stays sharp until I reach the end of this piece.
One hour later.
Now, because I don't want this car to return to the nature within the next 6 months, I'm applying a coat of zinc weld-through primer. It's a bit like putting sunscreen on a soldier before sending him into trenches. It looks a bit messy, it smells even worse, but it's the only thing standing between my hard work and the inevitable arrival of the dreaded rust monster. And judging by the sound, I think I might have inhaled a bit too much of the fumes already. Or maybe my brain just finally realized it's a bad idea to spend my Friday nights under a car with a welding torch out of doing literally anything else.
So next step is getting the loose rust off, then using some Brunox, then giving the Brunox some time, then switching to weld-through primer, and in my imagination, putting Brunox on, sanding it off again is the most efficient. So just leave me my little fair bit of imagination, please.
I do fully admit this is not the cleanest job I did. We prepared the inner cell for welding, so there's a weld-through primer on it, rust is sealed. For all intents and purposes, we of course waited 24 hours for the rust converter to fully do its magic. In the meantime, we prepared a little corner on this side. As you can see, there was a small cutout too. We already prepared a small piece of metal. Again, with our magic cardboard aided design. As you can see, this is the magic piece of metal, which is supposed to go right there as soon as the weld-through primer has dried. And then, next step, the big one.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
One of the more important points is to have a good ground for your weld. As you can see, the lower weld spots are with a sufficient ground attached. Those are without, and leave me with a problem now how to fix it.
A few moments later.
And it looks good like new. Well, it's not good as new, but as soon as there's a undercarriage sealer on it, nobody will be none the wiser and nobody will see shit. Sometimes amid all the craziness and all the work, you gotta do some little funny stuff. And we are currently testing how much angles of penetration can an exhaust take. We are here at the back end of the second catalytic converter, at least where normal STIs have a second catalytic converter. Since this is a Pro Drive, it only has one, so this is a decat pipe from the factory. And we are at 93 centimeters, which is not bad. But we now will go over to the skyline. Yeah, boy. And there's a lot in the way. Give me 1 second. Let's see. 50. 100. Yeah, well. Okay, we're at 2 meters. My arm's stuck. So, Adrian, please give me the camera so that you guys see I'm not cheating. Somewhere in there is my... There it is. Since I can't drive it, I have to have fun with it in another way. Let's have a look. Oh, it's so cool. I love having a look down there, although it's been ages since this thing has been on a hoist. Blitz Newspack. I tell you guys, this thing makes some serious noise and serious power. I love it.
So, after testing how many angles of penetration the exhaust can take, I realized something. If I want this car to have any chance of surviving the road, I need to focus that same level of dedication on the structural integrity. Less exhaust penetration, more weld penetration. Let's get back to the metal.
There's tension in the metal because I did a few weld points after each other, and either the metal is now settling into a new position or a spot weld popped. Oh, did you hear it again? Like on cue. So I will have to look with my little torch if I see any separation. Let's see if we can show you if I find something.
Found anything yet? We ain't found shit!
So, we haven't exactly combed the desert for us, but we've built a pretty solid foundation here. The welds are holding, the steel is solid, and now it's time to move on grinding, priming, and hoping that the TÜV inspector is feeling just as relaxed as I am after inhaling all these zinc fumes.
Sometimes the step that's missing is commitment, and sometimes you gotta commit. Adrian knows I'm very afraid to just wing it. I need to measure, measure and measure again, and measure wrong probably 3 times. And he has always to remind me that at one or the other moment I have to commit. So we did a few spot welds. to make it stay in place and have used some concussive maintenance to make everything fit now. So follow me underneath, and as you can see, it really roughly lines up, which means the next step is finishing all these little welds.
The heavy lifting on the structure of the inner sills on the left side is done. The replacement panels are tacked in. Everything is aligned as good as it can be. The patch also lives in its new place, in its final place. Everything is sealed with weld-through primer, so it's safe for now. And now it's just a matter of work and effort to do all the little tacks and spot welds and button it up. If you want to see me welding it in and how this hunk of junk becomes a car again, and if you don't want to miss all the failures that will happen while I try to do so, consider subscribing, leave a like, and I'll catch you on the next one. So, bye and cut, guys!